Now, I know that my current length doesn't justify me to make a how to grow your hair out video, but I've been there in the past. And I've got some tips. I've got some tips. Did that sound British? Now, if you guys watched last week's video, then you know that this is kind of a continuation from that. That was how to deal with the awkward stage when you're growing your hair out, going from shorter hair to longer hair. So I would definitely recommend starting with that if you haven't seen that. Boop. Check that out. Come back over here. Let's just get this straight. This is not a how to grow your hair out faster video. I might make that at some point in the future. But these are some tips that you can incorporate into your life to get yourself started on that hair growth journey. That's how hair grows. So this first tip, it may seem a little common sense, and that is stop getting your hair cut as often as you've been getting it cut. As guys, it's easy to get into the habit of cutting your hair every few weeks, or even for some people less than that, which is, you know, pretty often. And this is a habit that you're gonna need to stop in order to actually give your hair the chance to grow. When you go for trims, try to not cut the top as much as you possibly can. Okay, and this next tip goes a little bit against what I just said, and that is continue to get your hair trimmed every now and again. Let me explain. When you start getting your hair cut less often, this means that your hair is growing, and then that means that the hair is staying on your head longer, which means that your hair is now prone to becoming a little bit more dry and a little bit more damaged. Oh no. Because as most guys who are getting haircuts all the time, you're constantly chopping off old hair, you're constantly regrowing new hair, and you're keeping that at a fairly short length. So that new hair that's always growing, since you're constantly getting haircuts, is always being, you know, recycled, refreshed. And old hair doesn't have a chance to get damaged that easily because of how often you're getting cuts and how often you're refreshing your head of hair with new strands. You get what I'm saying? When you begin to let your hair grow out, then that new hair is turning into old hair, and when you're using heat products, styling products, you name it, eventually this is going to play a toll on that hair, begin to make it a little bit more damaged and a little bit more dry because it's staying on your head for a longer period of time as well. That's why women deal with split ends a lot more than guys, because when they've got really long hair, that hair's been there for a long time, making split ends a real problem. And so for this reason, you still want to get occasional trims even on the top of your head, because this is just gonna make sure that you're dealing with dead hair and dealing with any potential split ends. Just cutting that off, very minimal amount, to keep your hair healthy and still having it be able to grow longer, luscious and lovely, and you'll live life for a very long time, other L words. I would recommend a trim at least every 2 months if you're wanting to grow out your hair. 2 months should just kind of refreshen that, make you good to go. In addition, the second reason for getting trims, and I touched on this more in last week's video, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but getting trims around the outside of your head, like where your face connects to your hair, keeping that line trimmed up, neat and tidy, really elevates the presentation while you're growing, in the process of growing out your hair. So I mentioned that more last week, so that's all I'm gonna say on that. Moving on right now. This next hack is taking additional care of your hair. Like I said, once you start growing your hair out, this means that you are gonna be prone to dry your hair. This means that you need to take extra precaution to keep your hair as moisturized as possible, to prevent as much damage as possible and as much dryness as possible. Stop washing your hair with shampoo as often. Funny enough, even though you get that nice, healthy, clean feeling after washing your hair with shampoo, it's also contributing to the dryness factor in a pretty major way. I've met so many guys who tell me that they can't go a day without washing their hair, and that's a problem. How often do you wash your hair?
Every 3 to 4 days.
Every 3. Jake knows what's up, everybody. And yes, Jake is here once again. Just pop your head in real quick. That's Jake. But these guys who wash their hair every day, most of them don't know about dry shampoo. Dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is like one of my secret weapon go-to products. You know what I mean? Like, it's a product that I use fairly often, probably a couple times a week, but I don't talk about it that much. It's the secret to making your hair look and feel clean without actually having to use real shampoo to wash your hair. It's great for second day hair, third day hair, pretty much any day hair that is a day that you haven't used shampoo, real shampoo, not dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is good for any day that you don't use real shampoo. If you want more info on how to actually use it, I've made an entire second day hairstyling video that I use dry shampoo. Boom! You can check that one out as well. And that's gonna give you some useful tips on dry shampoo and its application. Another great method to retain moisture into your hair throughout the day / life in general is to incorporate a leave-in conditioner into your hairstyling routine. A good leave-in conditioner will lock in moisture throughout the day without making your hair feel overly greasy. In fact, you shouldn't even feel it in your hair after you use it. Staying lightweight while fighting against a dry head of hair. To apply, simply rub a small amount of leave-in conditioner into damp hair, then apply any of the other products that you normally would, such as Original by BluMaan, and style as per usual. That's discreet promotion right there. That went over everyone's head. Original by BluMaan. This one, that's original. Jake loves it. He eats it for breakfast. As for the final tip, I've got one more. So this is, you should try to style your hair less than usual, as least as possible, actually. Using heat tools like a blow dryer, a straightener will begin to cause damage over time. If you can limit the use of these tools as much as possible, that's gonna pay off for a healthier head of hair while you're growing it out. Here's a quick solution that I do when I don't need my hair looking how I normally have it, and I still don't use any heat tools. So this is what my hair looks like without any product. It's just naturally dry, and it's fine, yes, but I can tame this and make it look just a little bit better without causing any damage whatsoever. Hold up, there's some Pringle crumbs at the side of my mouth. I maybe had a snack before filming this cutaway. Simply, instead of letting my hair dry on its own, I'm gonna go in with a small scoop of Original by BluMaan, making sure that whatever you use provides a matte finish without shine, like Original by BluMaan. And then after I work this in, just letting my hair dry again naturally, and the finished result, you can see the poof has been reduced, and overall it's a cleaner representation of the way that my hair naturally falls. So it's pretty much the same, just a bit cleaner, bit neater, a little bit nicer. Okay, well, on that note, I'm gonna call it quits for today's video. There's a few hacks that you can incorporate in order for you to start growing out that hair. Again, if you did not watch last week's video, that is an important step to this growing out process. It was up here, it'll be linked in the description down below. And with all of that being said, thank you guys. Please click the thumbs up button if you did enjoy this video. That really does help me out a lot. Subscribe if you're new. I'm going to social networks, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, also down there, and I will see everybody next time.